I'm gonna break... What is up, you guys? Hope you guys have been doing well. It's been a week, and thank you guys so much for asking questions in my last week's video. I'll be answering all of them today, except two. Instead of making one long video, I'm going to be breaking it up into 3 different sections, right? And talk about 3 different topics. The first one's going to be about what's happening with Identi-t. The second one's going to be my thoughts on music overall. And the third one is just going to be answering the rest of your guys' questions. Alright, so let's begin with all the questions. Hannah and Nicole, we have a workshop next week. Actually, it's going to be in 4 days. I don't think you're in LA right now, but anyone who's watching, we do have a V3 workshop this coming Thursday at 7:30 is registration, 8 p.m. is the workshop. I'll be teaching, so come out if you guys can. But if you are staying for 2 months, V3 will be holding another workshop next month, so hopefully you'll still be around. Stay updated. Beth, I think you've asked this question every single Ask Me Anything, and I know I keep saying yes. I eventually will, just not yet. Someday, maybe soon. So Micah, top 3 favorite choreographers. This one's kind of easy. It's going to be Keone, it's going to be Mari, and it's also going to be Daniel Jerome. What was your favorite choreography? My favorite choreography is actually, it's JDT's current piece that I'm working on. That's actually my favorite piece at the moment. I loved every piece that I've made in the past, but there's one piece, there's something different about it that I really do enjoy. So hopefully you guys enjoy it when it comes out. So this is for all the tutorial questions. I will be coming out with more tutorials. There will be a week. I will come out with 7 different tutorials in 1 week. How did you ask Stella out? What are some foods that you will not eat? I will share how I asked Stella out for a different time, CJ. But one food that I will definitely not eat is mushrooms. I just don't like mushrooms. Back in 2006, August 17th, I got saved at a retreat that I went to. It was part of a God's Image music camp in a boot camp. So we had a time of service. Pastor James Myung spoke that night, and I remember just breaking down, and I gave my life to Christ that night. I've been actively breaking since 2006 all the way to 2011, and then I stopped, sacrificed it, started V3 in 2012, and then just did breaking as a hobby since. Back in 2006, I had a friend named Steve, and he introduced me into breaking. Ever since he taught me the baby freeze, I fell in love with it, went to practice every single day, and just that was the beginning. Isaac, I don't know if I'm ever going to be making screen printing tutorials. I don't know if I want to do that on my channel, but if I ever do, it'll be on a separate channel. But I just don't know how I feel about doing tutorials on screen printing, but who knows. How was V3 formed? It's a long story and it has a long history, but basically V3 had 3 components. One was the choir group, one was the dance group, and one was the events group. Eventually the choir and the events team disbanded, but the dance continued on. And that's where V3 dance came along and continued our journey. In your opinion, what is the best way to choreograph a piece? It's to stop thinking about it. Just stop thinking how the dance could look like. Just begin. If the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just make a pose for every 8 count. Just make a pose for every count and you've basically choreographed a piece. But honestly, you just have to make a lot. You can't expect to create something beautiful and awesome from your first piece. You probably have to make 10 pieces in order to make one okay piece. Best chronological order to handle learning power moves. This is a very tricky one. Everyone's different, but here's my order. The only way to improve in dancing is just hard work and consistency. There really is no other way. You just have to put in the hours, put in the hard work and a lot of sweat. If you ever learn one piece, try to understand that one piece and try to perfect it and try to understand your body, because it's better to understand one piece 100% versus spreading yourself out too thin in multiple pieces. So there's a lot of people who take a bunch of workshops, right? Workshop after workshop after workshop after workshop, which is really good because they're tasting a lot of different styles. But then at the end of the day, understanding one piece, understanding every movement, understanding your own body is much more valuable than learning 10 different pieces. Currently won't do a review on it, maybe in the future when I do want them, but at the moment I don't want them. My thoughts on Parkland shooting and gun laws. Of course, the shootings are always tragic and it's unfortunate. On the other hand, about gun laws, I don't know too much about this area, so I don't want to talk about something I don't know. Guns in its nature isn't evil, it's people that are, so I think people need to change, not the gun law. When will V3 be performing at Watt again? I don't know, maybe next year, I'm not sure. Anyway, that will be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be answering the 2 other topics this coming week. Remember to stay passionate, inspired, and grateful, and all that you guys do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, good morning, adios.